Today's video is focusing on Anker technologies, specifically when it comes to charging. We're talking about portable charging, home charging, wireless charging, as well as also performance dock, which allows us not only to use it as a dock for our PC, but also to be able to charge our PC and output up to 8K resolution. So without further ado, let's check them out and see what makes them so special. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. Starting off with the wireless charging station, as I mentioned to you guys, it's Qi 2 compliant up to 25 watt with compatible devices. This will work with AirPods as well as Samsung Buds, which is surprising to me, but we'll definitely check that out. In the box, you pretty much get the dock itself. It's pre-assembled. There's nothing really to do. The fan output that I mentioned to you guys here, we have one on the top, one on the bottom, and that gives us access to be able to allow the fan to cool the charger. Since this actually is going to charge at a higher rate, up to 25 watts with Qi 2, we can definitely see here we have the Qi 2 emblem positioned right there. The Apple Watch charger doesn't actually move, and for the most part only works with Apple watches. And on the bottom, this is where we'll be able to charge our earbuds. On the bottom here, we have a smart display that gives us the ability of actually accessing touch configurations on the side. On the bottom, we just have the word Anker, a non-slip material here. And of course, all of this is connected through the cable on the back. Now, Anker was nice enough to include a charger in the box. This is a US style charger, prong connected. You can close it. It's very nice and compact. Now, you can use this technically directly to you with the cable that was provided with them as well to connect directly into a device and charge it wired. And of course, if you want to be able to get the best performance, use the wireless charging because it makes it so much easier and of course functional because no longer have to worry about plugging and unplugging. You just basically connect, remove when you're done, and everything is done wirelessly on this station. Now, as I mentioned to you guys, we have a smart display on the bottom. There's a few configurations we're able to go through, seeing the exact output by wattage per actual unit. So basically, if you're using it charging the device with the smartwatch and the buds at the same time, you'll be able to see everything. And you can swipe mode, also put the actual unit into sleep mode. Last but not least, there's a few other options here on the back we'll definitely get a chance to. And of course, it also has app support, which is very, very nice. And it connects to your device using Bluetooth. You can download the Anker application directly from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. As you can see here, the wireless docking station, and we also have the wall charger, and of course, the portable power bank, the 26,000 milliampere, and we're going to talk about that. Now, what I'm showing you guys here in a quick example, of course, as far as charging, you're able to plug in and put in multiple devices. So I was using an iPhone 17 Pro, an Apple Watch 7 series, and of course the AirPods 3 Pros on there, and it worked absolutely fantastic. There is no issue. The display on the bottom always gives you the information. If you don't want it, you can basically put it to sleep and it still functions. And there's a few options you can actually even do directly within the smartphone to be able to not only update firmware, but also change all of the different modes. So you don't actually have to fiddle too much with the actual dock. If you do, it's there. Now, the surprising part for me, of course, is if you have, let's say, a Pixel 10 Pro, other devices that support Qi 2, this is actually going to work perfectly for them. It's designed for Apple, but it works perfectly for that. Unfortunately, the watch, as I mentioned to you guys, the charger is only for Apple Watches, but the earbuds will work with Samsung as well as Apple earbuds, and the smartphone will work with any smartphone supporting wireless charging. It's just the maximum performance will work beautifully, obviously, on Qi 2 compatible devices. Now, the next charging solution is also considered to be a home charging solution since it's actually plugged directly into the wall. This one is the ultra fast charging. It's the #1 again by Anker, and this one has up to 160 watt total output, and that means total output over the 3 ports that we have in the back, 3 USB-C ports, so no USB-A, US style plug with a retractable side, so this is definitely very nice, and of course a smart power distribution, so it basically levels itself to make sure that it doesn't overheat, and of course provides you the best output. Now, when it comes to the actual unit itself, it has a nice little design here for more of maybe, I guess, a better grip. Again, US style plug, straightforward. On the top, not much. On the side, pretty much a clean experience. And of course, on the bottom, we have obviously IQ. Let's go ahead and flip it over to the right light. Sorry. And of course, we have the IQ logo in there and the 3 USB ports. You have Q1, 2, and 3. And the reason behind there's numbering here is because you'll be able to actually see that information directly on the actual display when you plug it in. Also, you're able to see that directly in the application, so you can actually see the different output levels that this charger can provide us. Now, the nice thing as far as what we're seeing here with the demo is, again, I plugged it in directly into the wall. The display on the front turns on very nicely. You're able to cycle through the different modes by just pressing the little button on the front. You're able to customize and update the software using the application. Again, this does connect via Bluetooth to the Anker app, which is absolutely very nice. Connecting it to multiple devices allows you to see how much output it's providing. And of course, let's say you're connecting it to a laptop, or if you want to be able to even use it to charge the next one that we're going to take a look at, which is the power bank, the 26,000 milliampere power bank, you're also able to see how much power it's pulling out. I feel like this is the most versatile charger from Anker, and I love this over the smaller Barrett because for the most part, this one actually provides us 3 ports at the maximum of 160 watts, which is a much better experience and overall bigger compatibility. Now, as we transition to the next one, this one is going to be the ultra fast charging. Now, this one obviously is a portable solution. You are able to use it at the home, and there's also some accessories made for this. The nice thing about it is it has up to 250 watts max dual charging port input, meaning I can actually use the 2 USB-C ports at the top to be able to do fast charging, and I'm talking crazy charging speeds. Now, I've been using that with the home charger that they sent me, and it works really, really nice and provides it the highest level. Now, obviously, it can go up to 250. That one's max. The other one was a maximum of 160. But it definitely provides us a really fast charging experience. Smart power distribution, of course, 140 watt max power charging, of course, configured to be able to work with laptops, PCs, smartphones, almost anything that you need. And the nice thing about it, Anker provides us a very nice carrying case for it, as well as a threaded and very high quality USB-C to C cable with the word Anker there, and of course with a zip tie on the side. The unit itself is pretty straightforward. We have the word Prime on the side since this is part of their Prime line. There's a power button here. If you press it, it'll activate the display. It'll give it a second to boot up. Left side pretty much clean. On the top, we have access to the 3 USB ports. We have one USB-A at 22.5 watts, and of course the up to 140 on each on the C1 and C2. Of course, keep in mind that it is at a maximum of 140 combined power. So if you're plugging 3 things, it's going to split that 140 between all of them. It's not going to give us 140 out of each. On the front, as you can see here, we can actually able to see the display. There's the different ports. Pressing it again, you can see here the safe temp configuration. Last but not least is the Bluetooth connectivity. You can connect this directly to your app, as you're seeing there, and you can see the exact output and as well as the input when you're charging the unit itself. And all you have to do is just basically keep cycling through the power options, and then when it's done, it'll usually put itself back to sleep. And as you can see there, I was charging 3 different things with it, and you were able to monitor the output exactly as it's supposed to be. App control is pretty straightforward. Download the app, and it also supports the Anker dock, which is compatible with the last generation version of this, which allows you to actually charge it in a dock format on the bottom with the pogo pins that it has on the bottom, which is very, very nice. And the last one is going to be the performance dock. This one is a maverick of a tool because not only does it work with PC, and it also works with Mac and Windows, but it'll also work with your smartphone because the USB-C port connects to it as a dock, essentially. So if your smartphone supports video out and you won't be able to connect it to a monitor, this will also work with your smartphone. It is a USB-C laptop, basically intended for laptops, obviously, because of the configuration and the format. Up to 8K support here, 8K 60 frames per second on the display port connected in the back, and of course 4K max resolution, and of course we talked about the 140 watt max power output, which means this will handle any, for the most part, most of our laptops, so all MacBooks of course, and most PCs will charge. I did find that one configuration where it wasn't charging at the max because of my Dell laptop, but that laptop required 160 watts, so there was just a maximum there. It still charged it, it just wasn't giving it the max power. So all you see in here on the back, the 3 USB-A ports on the back is we have one at 480, 2 at 5 gigabits, and of course we have the display ports up to 8K 60 frames per second, and of course the HDMI up to 8K 30 frames per second. The uplink port, of course, this is going to be up to 140 watt max. This is what you connect to your PC. Last but not least, we also have the AC in that's going to be with the cable that they provided us. And of course, we have a 2.5 gigahertz Ethernet port on the far left side to provide internet connection. On the front, we have 3 USB-Cs at 100 watt max power, providing it with 5 gigabits and 10 gigabits options. We have a SD card and a TF card reader, as well as an audio jack connection. And of course, last but not least, is the control knob. Now, in the configuration that I'm sharing with you guys right there, it's connected to my MacBook. And from there, we were connecting a display port and an HDMI. And this is coming into 2 large 32-inch monitors. Now, of course, there was a keyboard configuration as well as a mouse, and we also had a few other peripherals connected. And that's what's the flexibility here. We have the 3 USB-A ports on the back and the 3 USB-C ports on the front. And of course, we have the uplink as well as the fact that we have Ethernet built in. So this is truly a fully functional dock. And one of the other options that I really liked about it is that it's easily transitioned between PC and Mac. So you can basically undock one, put another one in. It's a single cable connection. You don't have to worry about charging it. If for any reason, this is just a personal recommendation, if for any reason you do find it that your system doesn't get enough power out of it, since the maximum is 140 watts, you are still able to technically plug your system directly into the wall and then use the USB-C as the dock functionality. You still get all the benefits from the system as far as the I/O, the configuration, the ease of use. It's just that you may need to supplement power. At least for me on my Dell, I did need to do that to get the full charging speed. It did charge from the dock, but it kept telling me that it was a slow charging. So if maybe your laptop is fully charged, charged, it's not going to be as much of a concern. But if you do need to charge it back up quickly, definitely use the original charger for your laptop. Most MacBooks are not going to have any problems. They're intended to be used with a single cable, and this one works beautifully there and provides you a lot of I/O and configurations, and up to 8K 60 frames per second with a DisplayPort on the back. Thank you very much to Anker for sending me these systems to be able to check out and share with you guys my experiences. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you in the next one.